Hi, okay. Till till then, we have created the project and add annotation in this project. And later, when we check here that fashion item, this is blinking, right? So it seems like that user has less authorization. So we have to provide the authorization to the user. So to providing the authorization, we need to add like the app router, and through AppRouter we will add the configuration related to XSUAA, that is SAP Authorization and Trust Management Services, and it is responsible for authenticate user, managing authorization through a scope and role. And without access UAE, anyone who can reach your services may access it unless other security mechanism. But with the access UA, user must log in through the trusted identifier provider and validate the token and whether the user has the required rule or a scope before allowing the access. And to proceed with this, we have to add app router. So first of all, we have to go to mta.yml file, create MTA module from template, and we will select that app router and click on start. Managed app router. Okay, we can change the name app router. Yes, yes. Click on next, and once it add, you can see here that xsecurity.json file is there. So now we are going to add that. So first of all, I'm going to open terminal, integrated terminal, and inside the terminal we will add this access UA. Before that, we are going to install dependency. Okay, now we're going to add. So we have added the feature to your, like we successfully added feature to your project. So once you see here inside that MTL file, you will find that access UA inside that. Definitely somewhere there is security is mentioned. DIL file. Yeah, you can see path parameter is set, right? So you can see at that 44 second ago, I committed the change. We'll commit this later. But here we are going to add, we are adding these inside that application. And now we have to at least define the rule, and we have to define the uh, authorization of the user, right? So inside that, like as we added, now we have to add these things. So I'm going to add. We have added the access to your security. So now we're going to add and restrict the user inside the application. So for that, we're going to add service file. We're going to restrict the user here. So to restrict any user, you have to frame that in like services here, and then after we will restrict the entities. So you can start with inside that you can require what I need require colon, let it come inside that authenticated. Then we are going to add here. So we will add here inside that. First we will restrict it. So to restrict that, we need to use at the rate restrict. Okay, the similar way as added require authenticate. So we have to restrict restrict. We're going to restrict here, and inside that we are going to add, and here we will provide two things. Grant. We will grant what permission to any user. So whole access. I'm going to give whole access. Okay. So I have granted the permission. Now I will provide to whom to yes, world fashion world. So we have grant the permission here. Similarly, we are going to uh, fashion world. Okay, that's it. Now we're going to grant permission, right? Once we put here, now we're going to grant read the file. Read. I am going to that create and that read to the world read, and this also to be single inverted comma. So we have provided the role to one of the user. Now similarly, I can show you that for another one I will provide to each and every access like at the rate. We can copy this. Okay. Restrict port. Let me copy it first. Control A, right click, format selection. So as we already here, so let me copy this and paste it here. Projects. So here we are going to give different grant different permission here. So for here we are going to give grant write permission. Similarly, we will grant uh, update, and then we will grant the permission delete. These three permissions should be uh, these three permissions should be there. write, update, and delete. Three are the permission of why it is. So these are the permission I have granted. And now to fashion world. Fashion world. Say so. Go with it. Okay. So waves. Where item fashion type fashion item. Where fashion item item fashion item. We have to fashion items should be equals to item. And that's and then I think this is fine. This is fine. So I'm going to remove all those things. So now it's okay. Similarly, we can copy and paste it here. So this one we can copy, paste it here, and copy here, paste it here. According to the RUs, we can do that. Okay. Control and then format select. So there is one error shown inside that. So let me check where it is. So now that's a fine. Control A, format selection. I'm going to add a convention PM install. So if you want you can commit these changes in your GitHub account. So I'm going to commit it. We can check the status from here, like where we have modified. So we have modified in this. Now I want to git add. Then after we will run that update, and then after post. So if we go to that account repositories inside that version world, you will find under SRV version world.cds. You can see here all this. Whatever we updated there, everything is mentioned here, right? So over the application, we will add in next lecture we will add authorization to the user. Thank you for this.